Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss learning process and theory MCQs. These questions will helpful for you in TG TET and DSC also. So let's begin. Our first question is, learning is wholly and only depend on observational behavior. This principle is related to the theory of. Our options are cognitive, developmental, behavioral, formative, and the correct option is behavioral. Learning is wholly and only depend on observational behavior. This principle is related to the theory of behavioral. Question 2. Which of the following pair is not correctly matched? Options are identical element theory, Thorndike, theory of generalization, C. H. Judd, theory of formal discipline, Kohler, theory of specific and general element, Spearman. And our answer is third, theory of formal discipline is a wrong match, because theory of formal discipline proposed by John Locke and the remaining options are correctly matched. Identical element theory, Thorndike, theory of generalization, C. H. Judd, and theory of specific and general element, Spearman. Question 3. When prior learning facilitates the process of learning in a new situation, it is called positive transfer of learning. When prior learning facilitates the process of learning in a new situation, it is called positive transfer of learning. Question 4. The type of reinforcement or reinforcement that produce a slow rate of extinction. The type of reinforcement or reinforcement that produce a slow rate of extinction. Our options are continuous reinforcement, fixed ratio reinforcement, fixed interval reinforcement, and variable ratio reinforcement. Correct answer is variable ratio reinforcement. The type of reinforcement or reinforcement that produce a slow rate of extinction, variable ratio reinforcement. Question 5. Vygotsky emphasized the important role of which of the following factor in the learning of children? And the correct option is social. Vygotsky emphasized the important role of social factor in the learning of children. Question 6. The center of progressive education is. The center of progressive education is student. Question 7. Learning is dash of behavior. Options are defense, range, amendment, expansion. And the correct option is amendment. Learning is amendment of behavior. Question 8. The term curriculum in the field of education refers to. The term curriculum in the field of education refers to the entire program of the school in which the student gain daily experience. the entire program of the school in which the student gain daily experience. Question 9. Which of the following is a characteristic of progressive education? Which of the following is a characteristic of progressive education? And our options are flexibility in schedule and seating arrangement. Second, paragraph based only on the proposed textbook. Third, emphasis on getting good mark in examination. And fourth, frequent examination. And the correct option is flexibility in schedule and sitting arrangement. Flexibility in schedule and sitting arrangement is a characteristic of progressive education. Question 10. The aim of education should be. The aim of education should be. Options are to develop vocational skill in the student. Second, developing social awareness among students. Third, preparing the students for the examination. And fourth, preparing a student for practical life. And the correct option is preparing a student for practical life is aim of education. Question 11. Development of character take place by will, by response and behavior, by morality, by all of them. And the correct option is by all of them. Development of character take place by will, by response and behavior, by morality. Question 12. The most important characteristic of a student is in childhood is obedience. The most important characteristic of a student in childhood is obedience. Options: a sense of responsibility, honesty, participation. But the most effective answer is obedience. Question 13. Which of the following is not a quality of good mental health? Not a quality of good mental health. And options are regularity in living, emotional maturity, confidence, tolerance, and acceptance of reality, ability to self-evaluate. And the answer is very submissive, limited in self. Very submissive, limited in self is not a quality of good mental health. Other options like regularity in living, emotional maturity, confidence, tolerance, and acceptance of reality, ability to self-evaluate. A quality of good mental health. Question 14. Insight theory of learning was propounded by Gestalt theories. Question 15. According to Piaget, cognitive theory of learning, the process by which the cognitive structure is modified is called. Options are adjustment, inclusion, schema, perception. And the correct option is adjustment. According to Piaget, cognitive theory of learning, the process by adjustment, the cognitive structure is modified. The cognitive structure is modified by adjustment. Question 16. The correct sequence of Bandura stage of social learning is observational, attentive, perceptiveness and motivational. Observational, attentive, perceptiveness and motivational. Bandura stage of social learning. Bandura stage of social learning is observational, attentive, perceptiveness and emotional. Question 17. Learning is the change in behavior through experience and training. This definition learning was being given by J.P. Gulford. J.P. Gulford gave a definition. Learning is the change in behavior through experience and training. Experience and training. J.P. Gulford. Question 18. Dash is a strong supporter of religious education. Idealist. Idealist is a strong supporter of religious education. Behavior is realistic, existentialist. And the correct option is idealist. Idealist is a strong supporter of religious education. For religious education. Question 19. Which of the following education systems support scientific progress? Education system supports scientific progress. And the options are realistic education, idealistic education, natural education. Correct option is realistic education. Education system supports scientific progress, realistic education. Question number 9. Realistic education system supports scientific progress. Question 20. Who was the originator of the theory of trial and error? Thorndike. Trial and error. Thorndike. Question 21. Which theory did Kohler develop? Theory of insight. Theory of insight. Question 22. What is the theory of the Russian psychologist Pavlov? Russian psychologist Pavlov theory is theory of the classical conditioning. Pavlov's theory. Question 23. Which academician has presented the law of readiness, law of practice and law of effects? Law of readiness, law of practice and law of effects. Thorndike. Question 24. The teaching related theory of Netflander is interaction analysis. Interaction analysis. The theory related the teaching related theory of Netflander is interaction analysis. Question 25. The exponent of the theory of learning about operant conditioning is the exponent of the theory of learning about operant conditioning is, and the correct option is Skinner. The exponent of the theory of learning about operant conditioning is Skinner. Thank you for watching.